Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of mobile phone troubleshooting and repair. And this time we have a device called Tecno KG7, which is also known as Tecno Spark 8P. Okay, this came in for repair from another technician. The technician was given the phone, and while he was working on the phone just go dead. So he ran quickly to me and told me to help him out, that he doesn't know why the phone went dead. He has tried all he could, but the phone went off. So I want you to pay attention on how I'm going to troubleshoot this device step by step, and how I got what the problem is and how I was able to repair it. All right, so make sure you watch the whole video, don't miss anything, so that you can learn some tips and tricks in this video. All right, as you can see, the voltage of the battery is good. Okay, we are going to power on the phone now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our online training going on. Okay, if you are interested, you can DM us on the number on the screen on WhatsApp, and we'll be able to add you to the online training. We have a lot of students from different countries, and they are learning a lot of things on the online training. Okay, all right, so let's proceed with the video. As you can see, I try to power on the phone and the phone is not powering on, so the phone is confirmed dead. This phone is confirmed dead. What is the next thing to do when you have, or when you get this type of device as a technician? All right, so the next thing to do is to grab your multimeter. If you don't know how to use multimeter, we have it on our YouTube channel on how to use multimeter. Please go and watch the video. So we put our multimeter on diode mode for code testing. If you don't know what code testing is, please join our online training. You'll be able to know what it is and what it's all about. Red probe on ground, always as we normally do, and black probe to take reading on the positive terminal of the battery terminal. Our positive line of the battery connector, you can see, is giving 0.002 voltage drop. That is a sign of full short. On some multimeter, you will hear the sound ting, so that means there is a short right there. The next thing to do is to do a physical inspection. A physical inspection is where you physically look at the PCB. Like, look at this back section now. It is obvious that the technician already worked on this area, and some parts are also peeled off while he was removing the shield, but that is not a problem. We are going to go ahead with our troubleshooting. Okay, so now what are we going to do next is to test all the available components without removing the shield. Okay, without removing even this side. We are going to take readings on all the components. Now let's go ahead to take readings on that side that the technician worked on. Let's take diode reading on this section of the PCB before we start to know if we are going to remove the other shield or not. Okay, we work on the available components. All right, that capacitor is fine. This capacitor is short. As you can see, that's a short reading right there. And this capacitor is okay. This capacitor is shorted. That's the second capacitor that will be short. As you can see, capacitor is short. Okay. This capacitor is shorted too. That's the third one, right? And this capacitor is also short. So we have 4 capacitors that are shorted now, right? We have 4 capacitors that are shorted on this section. All right, since we have 4 capacitors that are shorted on this section, this could mean that one of the capacitors on that line is the one that shorts other capacitor, because it's not possible for all 4 capacitors to be bad at the same time. Okay, so now let's proceed to the troubleshooting. What do we need to do is to get our rosin flux. This section that we are detecting the short from, we are going to apply the rosin flux on that section. Okay, so we start to apply the rosin section, rosin flux on this section. If we still don't get the shorted component on this side, that means we need to remove all that shield and read with our multimeter. But I want us to take it one step at a time, all right, before removing the shield of the phone. And let's start from the areas which we can access at the main time. All right, so it's always very important to also be familiar with your schematic diagram to guide you on this journey. So our online training is still very much available. If you are interested to join our online training, we'll teach you how to inject voltage, as we are about to inject voltage right now, the accurate voltage to inject per section, because you can't just inject voltage anyhow on the mobile PCB. You need to know the voltage to inject. So let's inject the voltage now. All right, as I have touched that area, the bad component should melt, and I can see the capacitor on this right corner. That last capacitor we measured, that capacitor melted. So let's apply more rosin flux on that capacitor itself, because that is the only capacitor I can see that melted. So I want you guys to pay close attention on that capacitor. All right, pay close attention on that capacitor. Troubleshooting is very easy when you know what to do. If you want to know what to do, if you want to know more about what I'm doing right now, join our online training. Let's go. I'm going to inject voltage on one of the capacitors that was short. So let's see if that capacitor is going to melt. Do you see that the capacitor melted? This one right here, you see, it's melted right away. So that shows that capacitor is very, very bad. Now we are going to remove that capacitor, and we are going to take another reading of that capacitor, if we are right or if you are wrong. Okay, so we need to take another reading on that capacitor. Don't forget to join our online training if you are interested to know more deeper regarding phone troubleshooting. Some phones does not require you to change the CPU or change power IC. You just need to do simple troubleshooting, and you remove the short and you get your cool money. All right, get your cool money. It's important that every technician knows how to troubleshoot. Is very, very important. Now let me put the capacitor on where it will not be reading short to ground. No, not here. Let's put it right here. Now we're going to take another reading of that capacitor separately, if it's short or not. All right, let's go. And this is a full short reading. That capacitor is having a very, very big full short reading right there. So that means the capacitor is bad. All right, without the capacitor, let's read the VBAT. As you can see, it's also giving good reading. There is no more short. Okay, it's no more short. So that means this phone should work perfectly now. All right, so we are going to test the phone now. We're going to put the PCB back into the frame and switch on the phone. All right, the battery, remember the battery was having a good reading, so it's having good voltage right there. So we're going to power on the phone. Okay, we'll power on the phone now. Let's see if it's going to power on. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more amazing tips and tricks on troubleshooting. All right, let's go. And the phone is working. It's like a magic, guys. All you need to do is to know what you are doing. All right, you need to know what you're doing, and the phone is switching on. A dead phone is rescued. The technician will be very, very happy right now. All right, for helping him to fix the mess. But it's not going to be for free, you know, guys. I have to collect my own money. So it is important that you know more than your fellow technician, so that you can also get more money from there. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, most people watch my videos and they see me remove capacitor and I don't put it back. Well, this is for those that does not know that it's important to replace the capacitor. So I've gotten my donor board and I'm removing the capacitor right now, and I'm placing it on where I removed the previous shorted capacitor. Okay, if you want to know the accurate capacitor to put or to replace where you get a short, please join our online training. It will explicitly tell you grammar, for God's sake, tell you the exact capacitor you need to replace on a particular spot that in which you have removed a bad capacitor from. All right, confirming again with the VBOS, the VBAT line is reading properly. All right, so now let's power the phone on, and this phone is back to normal. It's back to normal. Don't forget to join our online training. You are going to learn a lot from that training, and you can also come for physical training as well. Physical training is where you'll be able to get the real cocoa, the real deal, all right, of troubleshooting. All right, and we have accommodation available if you are staying very far away from the training location. So make sure you DM us on the number on the screen and book your slots on physical training. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you in another video. Peace.